Guys, I'm so salty. I just lost like 20 minutes of recording. Okay. So I think it cut out when I was looking at strings, and you can add them and you can multiply them by stuff, and that's good. Ooh, my order got messed up too. Okay. So I'm just gonna breeze through these because I honestly I think you guys know like what's going on here. So if I have x equals 0, if I can do x equals x plus 5 or something. And if I print x, you know that that's going to be 5, right? But if I want to shorten this, I can do x plus equals 5, and that's going to be 5. And then what else are we looking at? And or. Okay, so I could say print true. You guys know these work in like if statements, right? So I could do true or. I'm going to actually say true and true. What's it going to print out? It's going to be true, right? Because both of them need to be true. And that's the difference between and or. And it wants both sides to be true. So if I make one of them false, this is actually going to print out false. But or is okay with one of them being false. It just wants one of them to be true, right? And then, but if I make them both false, that doesn't work. So that's false. And wants both sides to be true. Or wants just one of the sides to be true, and those are the cases for that to be true. And then we're gonna look at the operators do the same kind of thing. So if I print out like 5 is greater than 7, that's not true. It's gonna be false, right? So basically, this bit gets replaced with false, right? I can also do some of these statements next to each other. So I can say like is 5 greater than 7 or true, and it's gonna be true, right? True. There we go. And usually when you use these, as if you're saying like if x equals 5, then we're gonna do an if statement. Like that's usually when you're gonna use these booleans. I'm gonna show you another thing that's kind of cool. If you say like x equals 5 is greater than 7, so that's false. So if I say, actually I'm gonna make it a true statement. So I'm gonna say, what's another one? Not equals. Make sure you know all these. They're kind of intuitive, like less than equal, not equal, greater than equal, and then greater than. So if I say 5 not equal to 7, actually, I'm just gonna be safe and put these in parentheses. You don't need to, but I can say if x, and then I can say like print high. Let's get print out high because x is basically that's like saying if true. So there we go. Prints out high down here. And then what's next? Okay. So beyond this, now we are at variables and assignment. So assignment. How does assignment work? Well, basically, that's like when you're saying x equals 5. And basically, you want to have a variable name. And it doesn't matter if you already had this variable. If we had like x equals 2 or 1 up here. As long as you have a variable on the side. And then 1 equals, not equals. Because I'll show you that in a second. So x equals 1, x equals 5. Let's do print x. So what's x going to be? It's going to print out 5, right? Because x is now 5 because we reassigned it to 5. If I do x equals 5, what's going to happen? Well, it's not going to crash. It's just going to print out 1 because x is 1. Because this basically just is like writing true right here, which is fine. It just doesn't do anything. It's not an any function. It's just an expression sitting on a line doing nothing. Okay. And then local versus global scope. Oh, and one more thing. If you're doing if, please don't say if x equals 6, because what's wrong here? We'll show you, say, print nothing, and then I'm just going to run this. Oh, well, I can't assign x and if. That doesn't make sense, so I have to say x equals 6. Also, we don't have an x. That's going to cause an error. Yeah, so this will work. And then, so local versus global scope is next. Okay. All right, get your battle helmets on because local versus global is one of those things. Just in the beginning, it's just so confusing. I'm gonna set something up so you don't have to watch me type. All right, so give this one a try. Tell me what this is going to print out. Oh, I had my music. Oh, here it is. Okay, I'm not gonna waste time. Okay, so what is this gonna print out? Well, let's just see. 0 and 0. So why is it 0? So the way to solve these problems is to go through each line pretending that you are the computer. So when you see this on the test, what I would do is say, okay, x equals 0. Okay, good to know. X is 0. So next time I look at x, it's got to be 0. Okay. Now we are defining high. Okay, so we're making a function called high. We might use it, we might not. Who cares? It's just sitting in there. It's just a box. Didn't do anything next because we just defined it. Even if it was a global in here, doesn't matter. Does not change the x. So, all right, so print x. Okay, well, the only thing that's we've really done to x so far is make it 0. So there we go. We got our first 0. Bam. And then, so then we're going to run high. Okay, so now inside of high, x equals 2. Well, here's where it gets tricky. This x and this x are not the same because basically you're telling high to make an x equal 2, and it's going to make a different x in this one, a local. This is going to be a local x, and this is going to be a global x. And the reason for this is, if you're just like coming in here and you're like, oh, I got this cool function named high, like I'm just going to paste it in here and then you use it. The guys that made this like don't know that. They don't know that you had or didn't have an x in your program. So the designers of Python didn't want it to screw up your program just because you have to happen to have the same variable. So just made it local versus global, right? So now we print high, and then ran high. Well, high print anything out? No. Did it change x? No, because that's a global or local. Global. And then print print x. Well, what did we do to x? Well, we only set equal to 0 because this thing did not change x, so that's going to be 0. Now, what if I do this? All right, now try to figure out what this is going to print out. Okay, so here we go. It's going to be 0 and 2 because if we run through this again, x is 0. Okay, good to know. Define high. Good to know. Don't know if we're going to use it. Just define it. Okay, print high, or print x. Okay, so x is 0, so put down 0, and then run high. Okay, so now we come in high and we say global x. Okay, so the global x is now going to change if we do anything to global. And yes, look, we just set it to 2. So now x is now basically 2, but not there. And then so now we're going to print x after we ran high, and then that's going to be 2 because it just got changed to 2. Okay. And also, if you have more than one global, like say we had x equal or y equals 0. Now this will affect both x and y. I wonder what happens if you don't have a y here. Yeah, it's fine. But I guess if we say y equals 3, what is that going to do? And what if we print out y out here? I'm just experimenting, sorry. I don't think this is going to work. Oh, it did work, because we made a global y. That's weird. Okay, don't do that in the test. Another thing is you want to make sure you always put the global up here at the top. Because if I just go ahead and like throw global down here, I think just gives you an error. Yeah, it says you can't. We used x before we did a global. So which one is it? Yeah. So this is a new problem that I coded up for you, and try to figure out what this one prints out. And I claim you can do it in 5 seconds. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Well, what's the answer? Well, looks like it is 0. And why is that? Well, you just kind of eyeball this. Well, x is 0. We did a bunch of stuff, but x wasn't global, so it doesn't matter. Oh, we never even ran this function, so it's obviously going to be 0. I'm actually going to add a high in there. All right, so we ran this function, but it doesn't do anything, right? So it's just going to be 0 no matter what. But if I threw in a global here, x is going to be something weird. I didn't even look at what I was coding. Let's see. Make an x global. Yeah, it's going to be, oh, it's a big number. Okay. And finally, the place this gets really, really confusing is if I have a parameter called x. And so if I say, now I have to put something in here. I'm going to say I put in 6. So this compiles fine. You don't get an error. Or it doesn't compile. So this is fine. I'm going to simplify this a bit. So let's say that, it passed in an x. I'm going to say like y equals x plus 6 or something. So is this x also the same as this x? Well, the answer is no, because this x is a parameter, and this is a global variable. So if I now say like x equals 0, if I run high with 6 and I print x, it's still going to be 0, right? Because we never changed it. But what if I just throw global in here? What's the problem here? See if you can figure it out. Well, this actually will not work. You cannot have a global variable and a parameter that are called the same thing, because it says, okay, well, you're wanting me to access this one, but I also have to use this one, so what am I doing? So that's why you can't have global and a parameter in there. So what I said just might have just been misleading. You can have a different name thing. So if I just name this something else, that's fine. And now x is going to be 0. Or actually, I need to change that so it's ooh, what just happened? Oh no. Yeah, I changed the name here, so now this x is going to be changed, and now the 6 isn't going to do anything, so I don't see any 4x's in here. So if I run this, oh, now x got changed to 7, right? So, yeah. So if you have, I guess the end of the day lesson is if you have an x out here, this is a global x, and if you have an x inside of your function, if I say x equals 9 in here, just forget about that for now. So if I have an x inside of here, you can basically think of it being called a different thing. Like this is x local, and this is like x global, because it's not going to be like the same x, although it looks exactly the same. So it's kind of misleading, you know. And also this will be a parameter going into there, which will act same as a local variable. The only thing is you cannot declare a global inside of here, because then that doesn't work. I think I exhausted this. And if you have any other questions about that, just let us know. The weird thing is like when they have like, I'm gonna make a tricky one. And you can skip this if you feel like you're comfortable with it. But here, this is one of those like tricky ones they can do where you have print statements inside and prints of the function and all this stuff. And I'm gonna just leave it like this. Try to figure out what this is gonna print out. Well, let's see. The answer is 0, 9, none, 0. So why is it that? So we have x equals 0. Defining a function, who cares? We're going to use it later, so don't even look at that code yet. So then printing x. Okay, so that's going to print out 0. So the first thing we have is 0. Cool. And then what's this next thing? We have hi. We're printing and we're printing the result of hi. Okay, so we're going to run hi and print out what it returns. Okay, so we're running. First, we have to run hi. Step 1, right? So we're passing x into hi. So x is 0, so that's just like writing a 0 right here. And some people think like, oh, well, like, isn't this going to change x because we like putting x into the function? Well, that's called pass by reference versus pass by value, which is, you're not really going to use that in class, but basically it's just passing the value in instead of the actual variable itself. So this x is not going to be actually changed to 9. This is just the local version of x that is being 9, or the parameter, x. So now we're going to print out this print out x, well, that is this x, right? So that's going to print out 9. But then when we print out the x down here, it's going to give us 0. But why do we get a none? Well, did we return anything? No, and we printed out the result of hi, so we got none. So just to reiterate, print out x is 0. Print the result of hi, there is no return, so that's going to be 0. But before that, we had a print statement inside when we were getting to that return that was nothing, which was this local hi, or this local x, which is 9. And then this print x, well, this x never got changed, so it's still just 0. All right, I see variable names are a value type pair. I'm guessing that's something you did in lecture, like where a variable is like has a type and it's like a value. I don't know. Look at your notes on that. I don't know. So then the global keyword, we did that. I just make sure it's no commas or anything, or actually global x. If you want to have multiple, you make a z. And what do you do when we get to some of the projects later in the semester? One funny thing you'll think of is you'll have like a million global variables. So you'll see that. And then all right, literals. All right, I'm literally excited. We did this. Basically, it's like typing 5 in your program, just sitting there doing nothing. Crap. Yep, just gotta sit there. It's like an expression that doesn't have any functions in it. It's just like a thing floating there. You can have string literals. So like, it's like. I mean, I already showed this like a million times, but like, you're just passing this literal string in here. That's fine. And then floating point literals, same sort of deal. You can just type them right in there. Fine. If you have more like things from lecture on this, make sure you study that, because I can't think of anything else on that. Oh, and I did the true and false when I was showing you and or, and then string literals. Oh, so we have single quotes and double quotes and triple single quotes and triple double quotes and escape sequences for internal quotes. So first question: what is the difference between a single and a double quote? Do you have the answer? Well, the answer is nothing. I can have this. I'm gonna make this pizza. I said that in a weird voice. Pizza. Okay, and that's fine. And then if I actually change this to single quotes, that's fine too. The only thing is, if you want to put quotes inside of your quotes and they don't match these outside ones, that's totally fine, right? I can put quotes in here. I can put 1,000 quotes in there. That's fine. Because Python's going through is saying print, okay, and I have a single quote. Okay, so I'm going to just turn everything until I see another single quote into a string. So bam, there we go. Doesn't care with all of these little quotes. If I put even one of these in there, though, we're going to get problems. See, I got this string, and then everything else, and you see this is actually, it's thinking that the parenthesis is part of the string too. It's bad things happen. And then, so basically you have to like mix them up or use the escape characters, which we get to. And then triple, that you can have 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3. And then you can put like, inside of here, like any number of fun little quotes and mixtures and stuff, as long as you don't have 3 in a row, or 4 in a row or anything like that. That's fine. And there we go. This should print out. There we go. And then the cool thing with triple quotes is you can put them on multiple lines. So normally when this happens, I think you can do this in a print statement. Like, that's fine. And I'll actually print out those multiple lines with it. Yeah, there we go. It's like blank space and then this, see. And then, so I can actually say, most people like do it like this. They have x equals like, here is my book. And then it's a type of whole book there. And then we're gonna, oh, let's print out the whole book, right? What just happened? Oh, I don't have my triple quotes. There we go. Yep, there you go. And the same thing with triple single, where, yeah, same thing, basically. And people usually typically use these as comments, because it's just like, I put this in here and I say like, here is the code that does this, and then this is a cool function because of this, and then blah, 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 blah. That's fine, and it just sits there, and I can, just print out 2, and then this isn't going to crash, right? Because it's just a string floating there. It's just like putting 5 in your program, which, as we know, is fine. So that's like an alternate way of doing comments. Normally people do these kind of comments, but you can also do triple quotes. I guess you can also just do like this kind of thing. That's just weird though. Like, I think it's gonna run, but you got strings like floating there. I don't know. And then, oh yeah, escape sequences. Okay, these are fun. So I'm gonna print out this. Let's say I want to say, let's say I'm just determined to use double quotes, and I want to say I like, and I'm gonna put pizza in quotes. Pizza. Oh, wait, what's going on? Oh, I gotta put another quote here, and then I gotta load battery. Hold on, I don't want this to die. I'm just scared my recording is going to cut out again like it did. Yeah, so what's the problem? Like, oh, well, when I run this, what's going on? Well, you see this is white instead of green. It's kind of looking for the variable pizza here, but it's not formatted right. Like, we're not putting the pluses. Like, if I had, like this or something, and pizza was an actual variable, like, that would be fine. But, like, this doesn't work, right? So how do we get these? Because, well, it's saying, oh, here's the end of the quote, but here's the end. But actually, I want this to be part of the quote. So how do I get that in? Well, I can just put a backslash right in front of it, and it turns blue, and then I think the colors are the same in Python. But yeah, well, this works. And I print this out, and it just says, oh, these are just quotes within the string that are not the actual end of the quote string. So this turns into, I like pizza, and it's like quotes. And then, yeah, there's other escape sequences too. Like, you can say, like, I like new line, or new line, yay. I like yay, that makes no sense. Yeah, there we go. You also have tabs. I don't know if you've used these or not, but some tabs. And then I think there's some others. We Google like Python escape sequences. And then here's a bunch of stuff you'll never need to know, but like, horizontal tab, vertical tab, I don't know, hex values, that's cool. Yeah. Oh, and if you want to have a slash, like if you say, I like, actually, I think this might work. Yeah, so say you're saying, I like Nepal, and then, well, but it's, I was thinking it's a new line. But if you want to escape the escape, so you're saying, oh wait, I'm not actually escaping the end. I'm just making this backslash in here, and then so that's fine. There we go.